Welcome to Seattle College's international programs and our show Conversations With, where we talk to people that help you understand how you too can be an international student in the United States and why Seattle Colleges should be your first choice. We'll talk to students and staff and agents and government folks, all kinds of people about what you can expect when you're getting ready to apply or travel here, what you'll experience while you're with us, and how it can all lead to an amazing life. Don't forget to check out the Seattle College's International Programs website at intl.seattlecolleges.edu, where you can find a treasure trove of information about the school, the programs here, and best of all, fill out and submit your application. Again, that's intl.seattlecolleges.edu. Welcome to Season 3 of Conversations With. My name is Evan Franulovich. I'm the host of Conversations With, coming to you from the beautiful city of Cape Town, South Africa. Please check it out. It's a great place to visit. We are starting Season 3. If you are a longtime listener, thank you for joining us every Wednesday and checking out our show. If you're a first-time listener, welcome. We look forward to you discovering who we are and what we're about. I created this show so that you, the international student or parents or educator, can learn more about Seattle Colleges, but also more about just being an international student in general. It's a fun way to get some information, meet people, interesting people from all over the world. We interview students, staff, government folks, other universities. You can learn about the transfer process, about why community colleges should be your first choice. I was a community college student. I believe highly in what they have to offer. So please check us out, join us, listen, and learn more about the show. Thanks again. Welcome to Season 3. Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Conversations With here at Seattle Central College. We're so glad to have joined us, and I'm really excited because this is my first guest from the great country of Nigeria. Welcome.
Hi everybody, my name is Chris Ebube Uzochukwu. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, so you've told them who you are. Tell them kind of what your course of study has been and maybe what you're up to now, just in general.
Okay, my course of study is nursing, specialized in mental behavioral health nursing. Right now, I'm not with Seattle Central College anymore, but I did do a few courses here, and right now I'm going back to Seattle University this fall. I reapplied to be in there, and I'm just working right now with Providence Health Swedish Medical Center, but I'll be going back to school this fall.
That's cool. So when you, so let's go way back to when you were first starting out. You were in Nigeria. Did you always know you wanted to come to the United States, or you wanted to just study overseas in general somewhere? Or was it something somebody suggested to you, or?
Yeah, I always knew I was going to study somewhere overseas. I applied randomly to 3 different countries, the UK, US, and Canada, and actually got admitted to all schools.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I got my visas to 3 of them, but I chose to come to the US.
That's great. So you went through 3 different visa processes.
That's right.
Wow, that's crazy. So I'm curious, because you're the first person I've ever talked to who's said that. All the different countries, very different visa processes?
Yep, it is very different. The United States require in-person interview anyway, but Canada and the UK, they didn't. You just have to submit a few documents online, and they process your visa and get it mailed to you.
So no in-person with it.
Yep.
Interesting.
Right.
Okay, so you did have to do an in-person with us. And what I know is, so to get your I-20, you initially applied to Seattle U, right?
That's right.
Right. Okay, so they give you an I-20, and then you had to make an appointment for how long did it take for you to get your appointment from the time you got your I-20?
For the first time, approximately took about 8 months. And the second time, it was fairly quickly. I got my appointment within 4 months.
Okay, so I'm a little confused. So you got your appointment, you went, did your visa interview.
Mm-hmm.
did okay. Passed.
The first time I did not.
Oh, you didn't your
Yeah.
first time.
The first time I got denied visa, and then the second time I got it.
You got it. Well, I mean, I'm really sorry to hear that you didn't get it, but I'm glad you didn't get it because for the purposes of this interview, I get a lot of emails from students that are all excited to come here only to not get their visa on their first try. So what did you do different between the first try and the second try?
I mean, there was a lot of difference. The course I applied to was not the same.
Oh, okay.
The school was not the same. And I got a better picture of what the interview was like.
Right.
And then I had to go back and just know I needed to prepare more, that the U.S. was, you need to know what you want,
Right.
and you need to be able to speak up and prove to them that you know what you want.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting. So let's talk about, the first interview that you went to, what kinds of questions did they ask?
Yeah, then I was applying for biochemistry, and I was applying to University of Wisconsin-Madison, and the question they asked me, the first one was, why did I choose to study biochemistry? I wasn't so prepared for that question because I thought everything was in my document. Like, I don't need to prove any other thing. I got my account statements and everything to speak for me, but I can't remember what I answered because it's been a long time ago, but I just know I did not do great.
Okay.
So, but I just gave a few, like a one sentence answer. The second question was, do I have any family in the U.S.? I told them honestly I didn't. And it was like, do I know what the culture was like? How do I plan on adjusting to this culture alone? I'm sure I gave them an empty answer on that.
I've never heard that question before.
Yeah, but that was it. And then she just told me that unfortunately at this time I'm not qualified to get a visa, that I should reapply.
Interesting. Yeah. So you must have been bummed.
Yeah, it was a disappointment.
I'm sure. But if you're out there and in the same boat, don't despair because you went back.
Yeah.
And it's the same process, right? So you have to pay a fee to go to that interview. Did you have to repay it all over again?
Yeah, you have to repay.
Oh my gosh!
As long as you have the interview completed, unless it was canceled, but you have to pay.
All right. So you are. Is there a waiting period before you can reapply, or can you go home that same day and ask for another interview right away?
Yes, I did ask for another interview right away. That same day, actually, I paid.
Okay.
That same day, the MRV payment, and then because the wait time was so much, I think I applied 6 months far out, but I started looking for a different program, a different school. I applied this time to nursing school at Seattle University, got my admission, so I had to reschedule my interview dates to an appropriate time, and scheduled at the time it was around June 16th of 22, and then that was when I got my visa.
Yay! That must have been a pretty cool day. Huh?
Yep. It was one of the best days of my life.
So your family, were they pretty supportive of you coming to the U.S., or did they think you were a little crazy for wanting to go overseas?
Yeah, my mom thought I was crazy, honest, because she didn't want me to go.
Shout out to Mom. He's doing great. Don't worry.
She didn't want me to go. She just wanted me to be around, and I felt like she wanted me to be around. She was willing to put me through school anywhere I wanted to be in Nigeria, but not the U.S. But I just knew that I wanted something better for myself. So
Sure.
yeah.
All right. Well, that's great. So you got that second interview done. You got your visa, and then how long before you left the country to come to Seattle University?
After I got my visa, I think I came here August 23rd, so I got my visa on June 16th. So I had
little time to prepare.
About 2 months approximately.
Okay. And just for the listeners that are out there, I want to be really clear, super clear. There are two schools that sound the same. One is Seattle University.
Yes.
And one is Seattle Colleges.
Right.
So he's been to both schools. But when you're applying, understand there are big differences between the two. Do you want to kind of explain maybe what the differences are between the two schools?
Yes. So Seattle Colleges it's a community college, and it's a 2-year college. They have 4-year programs as well here, but for nursing students, you can apply here, get your admission. Actually, they give you 2 admission, one to the 4-year university admission. Like me, I got Seattle University admission while I was here. Some people get UW. But essentially, you're taking your prerequisite classes here, and it's very important because it's way more less expensive. There's a lot of international students here you can be able to connect with. You have like minds with, and so afterwards, you take your prereqs, you transfer into Seattle University and complete your clinicals or whatever program you are into, complete the rest of your 2 years in college in the 4-year university. So that's the difference.
Yeah. So yeah, college, Seattle Colleges is university work. I always want to make that really clear. But the name of our school is Seattle Colleges. I always tell people the name college in American English is pretty much synonymous with university. So if you hear some kid say, "Oh, I'm going to go to college next year," what they really mean is they're going to university. Whether it's Seattle University or Seattle Colleges, they're going to university. Right. So yeah, with nursing specifically, if you're out there, I have a lot of students interested in nursing. You can come to Seattle Colleges to do your prereqs, apply to the nursing program here at Seattle Colleges, or you can just do your 2 years and transfer to like Seattle U or UW and do a bachelor's in nursing. So we kind of have an associate's degree in nursing, which qualifies you to take the exam, or you can go on and do a bachelor's degree and then do that. So there's a couple different pathways, but yeah, you can definitely do it either way, but you will save money with a community college. Let's talk about approach to classwork. Now you've taken classes here and at the university. Are the instructors similar? Do you feel like it's same kind of approach to the material?
I feel like it's the same, honestly. Okay. The same. You're doing the same thing. Actually, I do prefer the ones here at Seattle Colleges, to be honest, because I did way better here in my classes than I did at Seattle University. I mean...
but a parent might say, "Oh, well, it's because they're easier."
Yeah,
Is that true?
It's not because they're easier,
yeah, that's
actually,
right.
But it's just their approach is different. I don't know how to definitely explain it, but I just feel like there's a lot of international students here. You feel more supported. There's a lot of resources for every international folks. There's the language barrier. They understand that, and the instructors are very much approachable. They have office hours, open labs. It's a lot more. So, and the fact that you're here, you're able to connect with people that you have like minds with. It helps a lot. You're gonna form study groups with people that you have the same interest with, and stuff like this might be at Seattle University, but Seattle University is more. It's a different population there. I would say it's more of like people who are from here. You don't see a lot of international folks. I think it was just me. I was just a Nigerian in the whole nursing cohorts at the whole nursing department. Yeah, wow. I was the only black person in my cohorts, and the only Nigerian in the whole school. So, I mean, actually, it was 2 Nigerians, but one just graduated. But yeah, you see a lot here. You're able to connect with more people who are international, and you would definitely appreciate that.
Right, thanks. No, that's good. I want to make sure people understand that. Yeah, so come to a community college. You'll save a lot of money, same high level of instruction. How big were your classes on average?
About 20 to 30 people in a class.
Yeah, so maybe slightly bigger than you would get at Seattle U.
Yep.
That's like, what, 17, 18?
Yeah, Seattle is 17, 18.
Pretty
exactly.
small, yeah.
15.
But your tuition there is quite a bit higher.
A lot higher. Right. A lot higher. Trust me. I had to pay $14,000 a quarter there.
Oh.
And compared to Seattle Community Colleges, where I got a scholarship, and
did?
I got a scholarship, and I also had to, my first quarter I didn't get a scholarship, but I paid I think $3,500, which was way cheaper than what I paid. But after my second quarter, I got a scholarship that waived me all my tuition. So I did not pay any tuition for my second quarter.
Was that the foundation scholarship that you applied for?
No, I think that was the DACA, DAC.
Oh,
yeah, so
okay.
That's a different type of scholarship that most immigrants who are here apply for.
Interesting. Well, that's really fantastic, actually. Did you work on campus at all, or did you just study?
I worked on campus at Seattle U, but not here.
Not here. Yeah. What job did you have there, just out of curiosity?
At Seattle U, I worked with the Jesuits. It's a Catholic university, so I worked at the Jesuit residence.
Oh,
I worked
nice.
at the front desk there. So I worked at the library as well for a while.
Oh, that's great.
I also did at the student learning at the library. So it's kind of like a tutor. I tutored math for them for first-year students. So.
Cool. Well, just so people know that are out there listening, like you, many people ask about jobs on campus. You have them available here. You can work up to 20 hours a week. Most of them are between 10 and 15 hours. How many hours did you work at Seattle U?
I worked about, I think it's 10 hours a week.
Okay. Yeah.
So.
Enough to supplement what you're already getting, which is great. But it's true just about anywhere you go, whether it's this community college or another community college or another university, that's what you'll probably be limited to doing. All right, good. And how did they have a way to find jobs on campus that was pretty easy, or was it just word of mouth?
I think you used this application called, I have it in my phone. I can't remember anymore, but there's an application that just connects you. It's not just for Seattle University. It shows you open opportunities both here in Seattle Central,
that's
North,
cool,
and Seattle University. But as long as you have to be a student at the college in order to apply or get accepted to the job.
Okay, so you went to Seattle U. You did a little time there before transferring over to Seattle colleges. What was the transfer process like? So you have an I-20 for Seattle U and you want to come here. What was the process?
The first process is just you have to terminate your I-20 with them and then apply. I think there's a form you have to fill, just letting them know that you'd like to officially transfer your I-20 records to Seattle colleges. And it was a fairly quick process.
Good.
And then you just fill out the form, send the form over to the international department here at Seattle colleges, and then they just update that for you, put it in that you're no longer a student at Seattle University, you're now with the Seattle colleges, just for immigration purposes, to let them know that you're still enrolled in a school, but it's a different school this time.
Right, yeah. Well, that's good. And then you were here, you said 3 quarters, and you took full load each of those quarters. You had to do like 12, 15.
Yeah, I did 15 credits, all my quarters here. I have to. I think every international student have to take one international student course. Mm-hmm. It's about 2 units. So yeah. I think that was a quarter I had to take 12 credits, just so I don't have overload. But after that, I took 15 the next 2 quarters.
And did you consider going to nursing school somewhere else? Or did you always know you just wanted to go back to Seattle U?
I wanted to go back to Seattle U.
You did?
Yeah, because it's a Jesuit school. I've been at Jesuit schools all my life. I had actually a Jesuit college in Nigeria too.
Gotcha.
University, so, but I just wanted to go through there. But yeah, if not, I would have continued here. It's a really nice place here.
Well, thanks. When you went back, did you apply for a transfer scholarship?
Scholarship, no.
So I know Seattle U, because I've interviewed Carrie Burkus over there. She says that they do offer transfer scholarships, but that might be if you get an associate's degree. I'm not really sure how it works. But if you transfer from here, say to Seattle U or any school for that matter, whether it's Seattle Pacific or University of Puget Sound, ask if they have transfer scholarships available, because sometimes they will. In your case, maybe it wasn't, I don't know, maybe it just didn't exist. Yeah. Hard to say. But check into it. It's always worth asking, because all they can say is no. Yeah. You never know. Yeah. Well, that's great. And you are now working in your field, which is fantastic. Let me ask you this. Did you take any opportunities to do OPT or work study? Is there anything like that?
I actually applied for a financial hardship so that they can give me a work permit.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, it's something I tell every international student to apply to, because we're limited to work 20 hours a week here,
right, and
we don't have a work authorization. So if you apply for financial hardship and explain your situation to them, because I had a pretty unique situation about the reason why I transferred,
mm-hmm,
about the financial challenges I faced in my first few months here. So I applied and I qualified, which most people do. They give you a work permit. I think it lasts for about 5 years.
Who do you apply to?
You first meet the international department in your school and explain to them about it. They give you a form to fill, and then you're applying to the immigration, to the United States Immigration Services.
Right, and they issue
it. So I got my work permit, I think, after 3 months after I applied. And I've been using it since then.
That's great.
Even though my status has changed from being a national student, but
that's okay.
Still, yeah.
No, that's really nice that they're able to do that. Were you nervous that they wouldn't approve it, or were you pretty confident?
I was don't know. I knew they would approve it
You
because
did,
I
okay.
met the requirements.
Sure, cool.
So I knew they would approve it. I was just concerned about how long it would take.
All right, right. So let's talk briefly about housing. You know, one of the things students always ask me about is where to live. You started at Seattle U, I'm guessing dorms?
Yes.
Okay, you're required the first year there?
You're required, but you can still apply for exemption. I lived with a host family for a while. I lived in the dorms for 3 months.
Okay.
And I applied to live with a host family, but you have to fill out a form and let them know, explain your situation again.
Sure.
Let them know why you can't afford to live in dorm because it's super expensive.
It is expensive.
So, yeah.
But nice.
But
right?
it's nice.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Yeah.
And then when you transferred here to do your academic work here, did you just stay with your host family or did you get a new place? Oh,
I
that's
stayed
nice.
with the host family.
Very cool. Tell us a little bit about your host family, what that experience has been like.
It was great.
Really?
Yeah, I would tell everyone to live with a host family. I mean, you might get lucky to get someone that I did. I got this Filipino family, amazing family. They took me like their son.
Ah,
Cared
that's so cool.
much, you know.
Like, do you go on trips with them? Do you go like?
I went to church with them. I didn't go to any trip with them. I just didn't have the time. But she actually offered that I come to California with them at some point. We went on this road trip. But
Yeah.
I did go to church with them. We went shopping together. We cooked together. We played. They felt like family. And then I felt a little bit more elevated because staying here I didn't make a lot of friends. But with them it was just like family. Right now I don't live with them, but I still connect with them.
Sure.
But
Did they have kids?
she had like 3 kids.
Oh, 3 kids.
Although they were very much younger, but
Did they have pets?
they had the dog Matcha, a very nice dog. I miss her.
Well, it's funny because international students, they don't know what they're getting into, but it's just a nice way to kind of integrate into the
Certainly.
American society, I
Yeah.
guess, have a little buffer there. Did they cook for you?
She would always cook for me. She's always
Filipino
concerned
food,
about
pretty good?
Filipino, yeah, the rice, the meatballs. It was great.
Quite a bit different than Nigerian food?
Yeah, I mean no spice obviously, but I usually add my own pepper.
Uh-huh.
And she was very welcoming for me to do whatever I want to do. I cooked some Nigerian dishes for them too. And
Right.
they enjoyed it.
Jollof rice, maybe?
Jollof,
Yeah, of
you know.
course.
You did your research.
Been to Nigeria, yeah. But the big question, who has the better jollof rice, Ghana or Nigeria?
It's Nigeria.
I knew he was going to say that.
It's Nigeria. Everyone knows.
Did you probably didn't meet Aisha. She's from Ghana, and I did a podcast interview with her. She would argue with
We would
you.
probably fight about that.
I'm sure you guys would come to blows. Yeah, that's great. Have you found a good place in Seattle that serves Nigerian food, a restaurant or something? Is there anything legit?
Not in Seattle. I usually go up north to get jollof rice. It's somewhere in Linwood.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I still consider that Seattle. So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Linwood's not far from me. There's a place up there, huh?
Mm-hmm.
What's it called? Shout out
I
to.
can't remember. Oh my
okay.
God. But I don't know the name of the place. But if I do remember, I'll text
Yeah,
you.
send me a message because I'd be curious to check that out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the only time I eat jollof rice is when I'm over in Africa, which is happening more and more all the time.
I make a lot of jollof rice. I can bring some for you. I actually made one today. I brought to work.
Wow, it's so great. Yeah, it's really, if you haven't had it, definitely check it out.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah.
All right, good. Well, like, what do you do for fun around Seattle?
I bike. I go hiking. There's a lot of pretty places here. Uzochukwa is just so close. I went hiking I go to Poo Point, Rattlesnake Ridge. I bike a lot with my friend.
But Issaquah's not nearby, so do you cycle out there or do you take public
I
transportation?
drive up there.
Oh, you have a car.
I do have a car.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I drive up to Uzochukwa and then I just bike there. Bike around or hike there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I just bike around Seattle. There's not much I do here in Seattle, but I usually go out to do stuff.
Now, you said something just a second ago that kind of surprised me. You said you seem like a pretty friendly guy, but you said you didn't make too many friends. So what happened? Is it because, we have a lot of activities available to international students, like baseball night or soccer matches or whatever. Did you just not participate? Did you not know about them? Did we not do a good job of inviting you in? Because that's too bad that you didn't make more friends.
Yeah, I don't think it was the school.
Okay.
I got a lot of emails. I got a lot of invitations.
Good.
But I was just declining because I worked a lot.
Sure.
As a student, I just kept on working. So I never got the time to really, really...
Understood.
Yeah.
Yeah. When the focus is education, it's education, right? And if you can work the other stuff,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah, but I'm advising everyone to socialize, please. You know, everyone should socialize. Don't be like me. Everyone should socialize. It's very, very important. You can meet a lot of people, make a lot of friends. It's very useful. You might not know the importance now, but you will definitely in the future.
Definitely in the future. Check it out. And one thing we had talked about before the tape started rolling a little bit was a lot of people have misconceptions about community college. We've already talked about community colleges quite a bit, the cost and small class sizes and stuff. But what else would you say, if you could, about why parents back in Nigeria maybe, or students that are only thinking of four-year universities, why should they start to consider a community college?
The reason is endless why you should consider community college. And I understand why you may think community colleges are not like university because of the name college. And just like we know, high schools in Nigeria have the name college. The one I attended was Vames College. It's a high school qualification. But here, colleges are not the same. It may say the name college, but it's a university. They do exact same courses, exact syllabus that universities use. And then they offer it at a very, very affordable rates here. And community colleges understands what most especially international students face. It's like their programs are designed for us. And that's one reason why we should consider more than two-year colleges. We know how the rates of money is between countries now. So there's no need to waste your money paying thousands of dollars to this four-year universities for the first 2 years of college when you can get them at a very, very lower percent in community colleges. So I came down here and I was like, after my first quarter, I did exceptionally better. All my class, I aced them. I was on the dean's list. And I was like, why did I end up at Seattle University at first when I could just do all my prereqs here? So I completed all my classes here. I decided to pursue all my prereqs and I did great in them. Throughout my stay here at Seattle Central College, I made A's. The professors were great. They had easy access. You could access them anywhere. You could text. Some of my professors would allow me to text them in the middle of the night, tell them that, hey, I'm just having trouble with this. When he sees my message, he responds. They understand. Some of them would understand when I had to go to work. So they give me the flexibility and understand you and how you are, like the challenges we face in this country. Sometimes work schedule might conflict with classes. Some professors know that that's okay, and some of them gave me opportunity to come to their office and take my exams after scheduled time. Yeah,
that's cool.
So, yeah, some of them would give me extra office hours just to put me through what I've missed in class. It was a different experience.
Wow, that's amazing.
And I never had that experience at Seattle University. It was just either this or that. So, but yeah, very, very much advisable to consider community colleges. Don't care about what people say about immigration, that they would think that you don't have a guaranteed admission. Like I said before, when you get admitted at a community college like Seattle colleges, you would get 2 admissions. So you have a guaranteed pathway of where to go to after you complete your associate degree. So at any point when you complete, you just easily transfer and your admission is secured. So,
well, I loved how you talked about some of the questions they asked and being prepared for all kinds of different questions. But don't be so prepared that you sound rehearsed, because that raises a red flag too. You just want to be able to speak naturally about, hey, this is what I plan to do. This is why I want to do it. This is why I'm passionate about it. If you don't know where Seattle is, that's a red flag. I mean, if you're going to come to Seattle or if you're going to go to New York or whatever, know something about the place you're going, the culture, so that they feel confident that, yeah, you're coming here.
Yeah, just be real. Be like you're having a conversation here. Don't just rehash a certain speech and just go present it and be like, you sound overly prepared.
Something's up
here. Something doesn't sound right. So just be there. I was so free. Even your dress code matters a lot. The first time I went, I was so formally dressed. But the second time I go, I was just on a t-shirt like this, a pair of jeans and sneakers.
Interesting.
Yeah, I went there. I just was there. Hello, how are you doing today? She told me, I'm doing okay. How are you? I said, I'm good. I'm just exhausted. I've been waiting in the line for a long time for this. And she was like, oh, I understand. And then she proceeded with the question. She was so nice. She asked me, the first question she asked me was, why did I choose nursing? I gave her a very unique answer that I chose nursing, specifically mental behavioral health nursing, because of how I'm very, very much interested in psychology, in the healthcare field, and I showed her like that throughout my life of being into healthcare, starting from taking care of my dad when he was, he was sick, and how I've been doing exceptionally great in healthcare courses. And why I chose Seattle University, I told her how Harborview is in the heart of Seattle. Swedish Medical Center is in the heart of Seattle. A lot of big hospitals that are here. And there's Harborview is known for treating people, this mental cases too. So she saw me that I was so real, and she understood my story, and she didn't have any option then. She just told me that she cannot deny, she don't see any reason to deny my visa. That was what she said. And yeah, and I got it. So
That's
don't be
awesome.
scared. Don't be scared.
Don't be scared. And did you work with an agent at all, or did you apply directly?
I did myself, everything myself.
All right, there you go. If you do apply through an agent or you do it directly, just know what you're talking about. And it sounds like you did. That's really good. But understand that we have a lot of Nigerian students here at Seattle colleges. So they get their visas. They apply directly to Seattle colleges and they get their visa. So it is possible. Just be really prepared and be real. I think that's good advice. Nice. Cool. Oh, you hear that?
Oh, yeah.
It's time for trivia. So this is the part of the show where I ask you 5 questions just for fun. If you don't get them all right, we won't shame you or anything. So don't worry about that. All right. Seattle colleges. First question. Seattle colleges is in a part of the city with a specific name. Do you know the name of this neighborhood?
Capitol Hill?
Yes! Capitol Hill. What do you think of Capitol Hill?
Oh, it's great.
I think it's a cool neighborhood.
It's nice.
It's really funky. It's got a lot of cafes and bars and music, and something's always happening, it seems like.
If you're a Nigerian, you will love this city. Part of Seattle. It's very lively. It's like the Lagos of Nigeria.
It's the Lagos of... I don't know about that. Maybe. Abuja seems like it was really kind of a kicked back city. A little more relaxed.
It's cool, chill. Yeah.
But what about your city?
Where I'm from, I grew up in Onitsha, but it's very busy. It has the largest market in Africa.
Really?
The main market, yeah.
I
you want to check it out when you go.
Well, I did a little search before we had our interview, because I've seen pictures of your city, but I didn't realize that it was the biggest market.
Yeah, it has the biggest market in Africa.
Wow. Is it the 3rd biggest city in the country?
I'm not sure. I think Lagos is, but
Lagos is number 1.
Is Lagos? Okay. I don't know. But I'm not sure. I don't think Onitsha is that big of a city. It just has the largest market. It's called Main Market.
Interesting.
Onitsha, but...
Well, I haven't been out that way, but maybe someday.
You should go there when you go to Nigeria.
I know. We're always being shuttled around. We go to Abuja, we go to Lagos, and then we're out of there. So, yeah, I'd like to get out there. Yeah. Okay, question number 2. You've been in the state of Washington now for a little bit of time, and we have a capital city in the state of Washington. Do you know the capital of Washington?
Olympia?
Yes! That's a tough question. Good job. Very smart. All right, good enough. Okay, 3rd question. This also has to do with a little bit of geography. We have 3 national parks that surround our city. Can you name one of them?
3 national parks that surrounds our city. Interesting.
One's to the west, one's kind of to the south and east, and one's to the northeast.
Park. I don't know.
It's a tough question. All right. So off to the west is Olympic National Park, the Olympic Mountains.
Okay.
And we have Mount Rainier. That's the big mountain that you see.
Oh, okay.
It's a national
I
park.
didn't know that was a park.
You haven't been yet?
I've been there.
Oh, okay.
I went there actually 2 weeks ago.
What'd you think?
Yeah, it's nice. I didn't know that was a park actually.
Yeah, national park.
Okay.
And then to the north, we have North Cascades National Park, which is one of the least visited. Have you been there before?
No, put it on my list.
Highly recommended. It's gorgeous. It's like the Switzerland of America. It's really nice up there.
What'd you call it?
It's called the North Cascades National Park. Mm-hmm. And it's about, I don't know, maybe 2-hour drive at the most. Mainly because some of the roads are small and there's traffic and stuff. But it's worth it. It's really nice. And in the winter, it gets a ton of snow, which I know you don't get a lot of in Nigeria. So.
We don't get it all. Okay.
No snow at all. So have you been up into the snow since you've been here?
I have. There was like the ice thing
Yeah,
that
yeah.
happened the year I came here. It was crazy, but
Well, let's talk quickly about the weather real fast, and I'll go back to the trivia. Because people in Nigeria and Ghana and wherever I go in West Africa, they're always worried about the weather because we're 200 kilometers from Canada.
Yeah.
They're worried it's freezing cold all the time. Is that true?
It's not true.
No, it's not true.
It's not true. It's
Thank
a lot
goodness.
of difference. No, Seattle is cool. I haven't experienced that much snow. It's like the ice thing that happened in 2022, but there was no snow. It was just the ice. But it rains here. It's exaggerated.
I
but-
agree. Thank you for saying that.
But it rains,
Uh-huh.
just like it would anywhere around Nigeria,
Right, right.
most especially. But the weather is not that bad.
It's
trust
not
me.
bad.
I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah.
putting on any jacket.
Look, yeah, no biggie. Of course, it is August, so
Yeah,
it does get
it's
dark
summer.
and colder in the winter, but it doesn't snow
It doesn't
usually. But if you want, you can go just 45 minutes
Yeah.
to an hour up and you go
Get
snowboarding.
yourself some snow.
Have you ever tried snowboarding or skiing or anything?
No, I don't want to break my legs.
Well, you're a nurse. You can just heal yourself.
No, it doesn't work that way.
All right. Fourth question. This should be pretty easy for you because I think you've already answered it. But since you're in the nursing field, what is the name of the test you have to take to become a licensed nurse?
NCLEX?
Yes. Whoa. Good answer. Nice. You've done really great. All right. Final one. Super easy. What was the last movie you saw here in the movie theater?
The Guardians of the Galaxy.
Ah.
Yeah, it was great.
What'd you think? Yeah. Pretty
It was
good.
Pretty good movie.
That's fairly recent too, right?
Yeah, I think it was it last year? I think it was. I can't remember. I think either earlier this year or last year.
All right. Are
No, it
you
was last year.
you kind of the Marvel
Yeah.
universe
Mhm.
fan?
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Good enough.
It's a nice movie.
Well, great. Well, we really appreciate all your time, your energy. We're so glad to finally get a Nigerian student on the show. So that's really
My
awesome.
pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah. Last thing we always ask, since you've been through the process, you've already given so much wisdom, but kind of your last opportunity to make a statement to people back in your region, whether they're in Nigeria or Ghana or Cameroon or wherever. Like, what would you say is like the number one great piece of advice that you would give people?
Just plan yourself very well. Plan yourself. Plan your finances. Plan your next move. Plan your pathway. Understand what you're coming to do. Ask a lot of questions. Send a lot of emails to there's a lot of resources to any school that admits you or you're seeking admission to. Use them to get a lot of information. Do not end up making assumptions or do not end up having, conventional assumptions that this is where things work when you could easily ask questions. So use the questions and plan yourself right. Plan your pathway.
Great advice. And then we've been giving our guests the opportunity to say something in their native language. We know Nigeria is an English-speaking place, but you also speak
Igbo.
So here's your big opportunity. If you've never heard this language,
Okay.
here's your first try. So maybe 20 seconds of whatever you want to say.
Anything else?
I mean, don't go crazy. But, you know.
Okay. I'm making ndị be anyị bụ ndị Igbo. Afam bụ Ebube, anọ m n'obodo a bụ America and obi niile dị m so aṅụrị. Onye chọrọ ịbịa obodo a biko ya jisi ike bịawa. Ama m na ihe wee ka o si wee dị mana onye ọbụla jisi ike bịaba.
Nice. Don't know what it says, but it sounded great. Thanks so much for doing that.
Of course.
Yeah, you're always welcome back. And thanks so much. Keep in touch with us. Let us know how things go.
Definitely. And I'll text
Good
you
luck
when I
to
know
you.
the name of the Nigerian restaurant.
Yeah, I appreciate
you.
that.
Yeah, of
Everybody out there, thanks for joining us. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hope we see you guys again. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Conversations With is painstakingly crafted for you by the Seattle College's International Programs Department and supported by the lovely folks here on our campus. This show is produced and edited by me, Evan Franulovich. We welcome your emails and questions about coming to Seattle Colleges. Please reach out to us via our website or just give us a rating and a review on Apple Podcasts, as this helps others discover the show. Also, don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, or YouTube at Seattle Colleges INTL. That's Seattle Colleges INTL. And be sure to check out all of the shows here on Conversations With. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.